बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद इस ज्वाइन गए इसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य विभूति फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद इस ज्वाइन गए इस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा मैया यमुना मैया की जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय पतित पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्री श्री रुक्मिणी द्वारकाधीश की जय श्री श्री रुक्मिणी द्वारकानाथ की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय शील प्रभुपाद की जय शील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Devahuti's Lamentation, Text 6. Kardama uvacha tushto ahmad शुष्टोऽहमद्यतवमानविमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयम् अयम् अतीव सुहृत्स देहो नावेक्षितः समुचितः क्षपितुं मदर्थे कर्दम उवाच तुष्टोऽहमद्य तव मानवीमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयमतीव सुहृत्स देहो नावेक्षितः समुचितः क्षपितुं मदर्थे कर्दम उवाच तुष्टोऽहमद्य तव मानवीमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयमतीव सुहृत्स देहो नावेक्षितः समुचितः क्षपितुं मदर्थे कर्दम उवाच तुष्टोऽहमद्य तव मानवीमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयम् अतीव सुहृत्स देहो मदर्थे कर्दम उवाच कर्दम उवाच तुष्टोऽहमद्य तव मानवीमानदायः शुश्रूषया परया त्वया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयमतीव सुहृत्स देहो नावेक्षितः समुचितः क्षपितुं मदर्थे कर्दम उवाच तुष्टोऽहमद्य तव मानवीमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयमतीव सुहृत्स देहो नावेक्षितः समुचितः क्षपितुं मदर्थे वैष्णवी कर्दम उवाच तुष्टोऽहमद्य मानवीमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहि नामयमतीव सुहृत्स देहो नावेक्षितः समुचितः क्षपितुं मदर्थे कर्दम उवाच तुष्टो महमत्यमतवमानविमानदायः शुश्रूषया परमया परया च भक्त्या यो देहिनामयमतीव शुरुत्सदेहो नावेक्षिता समुचिता क्षपितुं मदर्थे. Kardama uvacha. The great sage Kardama said, Tushtaha, pleased, Aham, I am, Adya, today, Tava, with you, Manavi, O daughter of Manu, Manadayaha, who are respectful, Shushrushaya, by the service, Paramaya, most excellent, Paraya, highest, Cha, and Bhaktya, by the devotion, Yaha, that which, Dehinam, to the embodied, Ayam, this, Ativa, extremely, Surut, dear, Saha, that, Deha, body, Na, not, Avikshitaha, taken care of, Samuchitaha, properly, Kshapitum, to expand, Madarthe, on my account. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki cha. Translation. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and most excellent loving service. Since the body is so dear to embodied being, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. Purport. It is indicated here that one's body is very dear. Yet Devahuti, who was faithful to her husband, that not only did she serve him with great devotion, service and respect, but she did not even care for her own health. That is called selfless service. It appears that Devahuti had no sense pleasure even with her husband, otherwise she would not have deteriorated in health. Acting to facilitate Kardama Muni's engagement in spiritual elevation, she continually assisted him, not caring for bodily comfort. It is the duty of a faithful and chaste wife to help her husband in every respect, especially when the husband is engaged in Krishna consciousness. In this case, the husband also amply rewarded the wife. This is not to be expected by a woman who is the wife of an ordinary person. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. I seek blessings of all devotees so that I can speak something for pleasure of for glorifying Lord, for all of your pleasure and for my purification. So, in last chapter we saw that how Devavati and Kardama they got married, and then in last couple of verses we saw how Devavati, despite being a princess, she did not care for her bodily comfort and served her husband very faithfully, So in today's purport, Kardama is now acknowledging that service, and then in following verses we will see how he rewards his wife for the selfless service. So we will see three things today. First, how selfless service is what pleases spiritual master and supreme Lord. And second, in material world, even if we do selfless service to the masters of this world, we won't get rewarded accordingly. And third, how spiritual master and Krishna, they are the only one who can reward us sufficiently. Okay. So the first point about selfless service attitude, in Nectar of Instruction introduction, Srila Prabhupada writes, it's like golden statement, advancement of a follower in Krishna consciousness depends on his service attitude of a follower, So generally in material world, being a servant is considered very derogatory, right? They have very, the servant is very, kind of had a negative connotation. So they use word, stewardship and helper or things like that, But ultimately, the whole notion about serving someone, is considered, very less. The reason being, all the living entities are in this material world to become master. Everybody wants to become a boss, and they are even, taking this position to serve someone, so that eventually they become master. They become boss, right? We are serving a company to earn money, so that, I can, they say I can throw the money and get the things done, the way I want later, But actually, the constitutional position of a Jivatma is Jivera Swarupa Hoye Krishna Nityadas. He is the eternal servant of Krishna, right? So when we do this service selflessly, then it attracts mercy of spiritual master and Krishna. I'll discuss a couple of pastimes. So here in this story we see that how Devavati was emaciated, though she was a princess. It's another example of Mother Sita, right? She was also princess, but when Lord Ram started for Vanvas to be in exile, she said, I will also come, because she said, my position is to serve you wherever you go. Another interesting example, you have heard about this sage called as Atri, He's, see, it was very fantastic how the names were given in Vedic culture. It used to be also indicating the nature of that person. So this Atri means one who is beyond the three modes, So Atri, beyond this three modes. And his wife was Anusuya. So Asuya means envy, Anusuya means one who is without envy. So Atri and Anusuya, they were married, and Atri again, And this Anusuya happened to be actually daughter of Devavati, We'll see that later. So this Atri was in deep meditation for many, days, as the sages used to be. And where they used to do this meditation, that place is, Chitrakoot, there was drought. There was no water. So this personality out after, many days, he suddenly, gets up and he says, I'm thirsty, give me water. Now, generally today's day, what we'll say, hey, come on, you have been in trance, you don't know what the hell going on outside, and now you are asking water. There is no water, where can I give you, What this Anusuya did, she said, okay. She just went inside her home, intensely prayed to the demigod. She said, my husband needs water, and I am supposed to serve him. Please help me. And her devotion was so strong, the demigods, they send the Ganges from heavenly planets to Chitrakoot right then and there, And, this Mandakini Ganga comes there, and then, she takes the water and gives to her husband. So that's, service attitude actually. And it's not that we, and then the same Chitrakoot, there are nice pastimes of Lord Rama and Sita, on the bank of that Mandakini Ganges, So it's not that service attitudes had been found only in those areas. Even we see Srila Prabhupada's disciples now and even the earlier, those who are present now and those who have left the planet. Like we have, so many examples. Few Jamuna, Mother Jamuna, Prabhupada on the train on India, and he wanted hot rice to be cooked by his disciples. So he said, Jamuna, can you get me hot rice? Now India, to get the things done is, it has its own, purificatory cycle, So she went to the pantry. She asked that, I want to cook for my spiritual master. He said, no, you cannot. You have to pay. She said, no, please, I'll give, whatever Lakshmi money you want. I'll pay that. And you just let me cook. I'll clean everything. And they said, no, we cannot allow you. He said, if you don't allow me, I'm going to commit suicide right now here. That guy was shocked. What's this? And then she just cleaned the whole kitchen, cooked the rice, here Prabhupada, hot rice. So, it's not that this selfless service attitude had to be seen in, bygone ages. We have so many Srila Prabhupada disciples. Prabhupada has given them one instruction and they have dedicated their whole life. We are fortunate to have many here. Physically we can see. So this, okay, I am doing this service because I am asked to do. I have to complete, my number of hours quota to do the service. No, that's not service attitude. Service attitude is, my life is for Krishna. Somehow I am not able to, do it 24/7, but let me try my best, whatever. So if somebody asks us for some service, if we are not able to do it, at least genuinely in our heart, if we have that feeling, Krishna, I want to really do it, but because of, some reason I am not able to do, If we have that sincere desire, we'll see how Krishna magically opens the door, There is one, Srila Prabhupada wanted all of us to read his books, right? So one contemporary devotee, he was in Mumbai, he asked one sannyasi that, see, Prabhupada wanted us to read his books. I have to go for work. I have to travel in train. It takes me 2 hours one way. Train is jam-packed. In office, I have to slog. After coming home, I am half dead. How can I read? I feel so, bad. So he said, that devotee said, I am so much appreciative of your genuine desire to read books. So he said, with the same desire, just carry a book with you and see wherever you get, time, you just open it and, just try, see you can read it because you have this sincere desire. 1 year later, that devotee said, he finished all Srila Prabhupada books, reading while standing in a train. He has that desire. Krishna gave him intelligence. See, Krishna expanded the whole Ras Leela one night into one night of Brahma. So if he wants, he can do any magic. It's only problem is it, us, do we have that desire, sincere desire to serve? And it doesn't have to be start with big things, even with small things. Like just today, in Guru Puja I saw, generally, somebody when they offer the flowers, somebody will come take the flowers offer, Today nobody came, Savas Prabhu came and, he just took it. He did not say, I'm temple president, why nobody is going? He just came, natural, give. So we see this small act, that's where we see that, we see our Balram Prabhu, I don't know, many of you don't see. What he'll do in afternoon time, there are many boxes lying around, So now there are two things. In recycle bin, you just take the boxes, dump it. But then what happens if you don't flatten them, it takes more space and then we have to pay more because there is more volume. So afternoon he'll go wear the gloves and he'll flatten all the boxes and nicely put it. Somebody sees him doing? Hardly. Is his assigned service? May not be. Why is doing it? You want to make sure Srila Prabhupada's money is not wasted, wherever we can, save it. This is our, Krishna path program. We had this gratitude event, right, where we wanted to express our gratitude. This personality, we asked him, you please sit today, let us serve you, because every day he's serving everyone. He said, if you don't allow me to serve, I'm going out from here, So that actually, of course, at one end we have devotees like, all Srila Prabhupada disciples, Savas Prabhu, Arjita Prabhu, Nekatma, they have dedicated their life. And on the other hand, we have these devotees, they are not in limelight, but we can see, I have seen another devotee one day, there was one trash bag lying in front of Prasadam hall. Maybe that devotee who was supposed to put, he might have forgotten or whatever. That fellow just came, picked up that trash bag and put it. Was it his assigned service? No. Why he did it? Because this is, Rukmini Dwarkadish's abode. We are supposed to keep it clean. Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam, right? This Lakshmi is in Vaikuntha, there is no dust. Still they are taking a mop and cleaning. Why? To get a glimpse of Lord Vishnu, or Krishna, to attract. So Krishna is Atmaram, he doesn't need anything. But when we sincerely try to serve him, that selfless service is what pleases him. And that's what, the definition of bhakti, right? Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmana vrutam anukulena krishnanu shilanam bhakti uttam. And another one, this ahayatuki apratihita ye atma suprasidhati. So without any cause, for Krishna's pleasure. Doing selflessly. It was not that, okay, this Jamuna Mataji said, okay, let me do this so that somebody makes a reel, and then put me on Facebook. No. Or, let me do this service, in backyard, somebody, please take me photo, I have to put to a status on a WhatsApp. They are not doing that. And it's not that every service will get acknowledged. Sometimes yes, sometimes may not. That Dukhi in Chaitanya, when Mahaprakash Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was being bathed, nobody knew. Everybody was busy, taking the pots, putting Abhishek. Like we have, many times we have Abhishek, Some devotees, they are running, getting the water, but, everybody's attention is, what is going on the Lord next. Oh, now the juice is coming, now nice shower, now honey, right? But there is somebody in background, I know, our, most of the time, Ravindranath Prabhu's wife, Vidya Mataji, right? She's there background, cleaning the pots. I never seen her coming and doing actual Abhishek, right? So same way, Dukhi was doing it background, nobody saw her. And whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy first? Dukhi. He said, call Dukhi. He said, they were looking, who is Dukhi? He said, another, who is bringing the pots from Ganges and putting it lined up nicely for devotees to take, give the bath, to Lord Chaitanya. So, many a times our service may not get recognized. We may not get, standing ovations. But be rest assured, Krishna is watching everything. Krishna's name is Animesh. Animesh is one who doesn't blink his eyes. So whatever small thing we are doing in dead of night, even if, we come here, we see many our devotees, they do this night service, right? We are nicely sleeping and some homeless guy comes, he tries to throw some trash here, or they are trying to break in, some apartment. These devotees, they chase them. Somebody seeing them, hardly anyone. Krishna is watching. Though Dwarkadish is taking rest, Pujari has slept them nicely. Krishna has his own way to see that. So therefore, for our own sake, if we see that this service, The temple will go on, departments will go on, but this is my opportunity after so many lives I have got. So anyway, we are doing service, so why not to do it happily and with, adding some extra devotion in it. The return would be so huge. I know most of you are doing, I am speaking for myself mainly. So that is first thing, selfless service attitude. And then we see the second thing is that how spiritual master, apart from spiritual master and Krishna, others are not able to repay this selfless service attitude. Like in India, there is the biggest milk production company, it's called Amul, So there was one person who founded it and who, took immense pain, to grew it to so much height. And then later, that it went public and, he was like helming as a chairman and he was in his like late 60s actually. Suddenly some big guy came, he said, I don't like the way you work, and they threw him out. That guy had more pain. He said, I spent more days like, in this company than in my home. I have given more time to the company, growing this company. And suddenly one day, somebody did not like him, they just threw him. In IT companies, you might have hearing the news, right? Tesla laid off 10%, Google laid off, Meta laid off, right? So these same guys, they have hired, and these guys, I am into software, I know sometimes we have to slog. We slog better than donkeys, I can tell you, But what is the reward of this service? The day they see that you are not, in their plan of, grand scheme of things, fired. They even don't care about CEOs and CIOs. They are also hired, though they are supposed to be top-notch guys, right? So, in this material world, first of all, it's very difficult to see somebody doing selfless service, but even if somebody is doing it, the reward is not the person with whom we are, serving, they are not able to reward us. So, why not to serve the right person who is capable of rewarding, King Kulashekar, he prays very nicely, he says, Nathena purushottame trijagatam ekadhipe chetasam seve swasya parasya datari pare narayane tishtati yah kishchit purushadhamam katipayam grame parthadam sevayai varaya naramahe mudha vara kamayam. So he's saying, Nathena purushottame trijagatam, so the Supreme Lord Purushottam, who is master of all three worlds, he has kept his kingdom open for us to, share it as an inheritance. But we are so fool, we are serving the master of few villages who are not even able to reward us sufficiently for our service. So Krishna, he is ready to give what? His own kingdom. So basically everything. But we don't, in condition stage, we are not serving Krishna, but we are serving some master of some villages, master of couple of $100 or $1 million, who is not able to sufficiently reward us. That is the plight. But if that same service attitude is reposed to a pure devotee, like in this case Devotee did to Kardama, and we see what benefit she got, we cannot even imagine. Those things which are not even in her destiny, he gave to Devotee. And same way, the devotees who serve Srila Prabhupada, once I think Malti Mataji, she was telling that she used to cook for Prabhupada in India, and again she had a Mayapur, not sure if it was Malti Mataji or Yamuna Mataji, but either of them. So in Mayapur they had to cross Ganges. Those who have been to Mayapur, go to other place. Nowadays at least there are big ferry, and then at each time people when in yes, like Saturday Mukundatta Prabhu was telling that the natural tendency of Indians is being envious, right? So another tendency is most of the guys, they try to cheat, not all. Many. So whenever they see new person, instead of, where it say takes, say, 5 rupees, they'll say, 50 rupees. Just because the skin is different, they try to cheat. So this, Mataji used to every day travel. She used to fight for, to get right fare. She used to go fight for, getting the right sabjis, come back. And those days, back in the 60s, there was no chula and, no gas. So they had to put on fire on wood or like, this cow dung patties. There's a lot of smoke, so it's very painful. And, every day Prabhupada used to, tell, oh, this is not correct today, this is not correct today. So one day she had a really bad day. And she said, she's going to tell Prabhupada, today, I'm going to stop, I'm going to give this service to someone else. And that day it happened that one of Srila Prabhupada's god brother came for prasad. And this Mataji was serving both of them. And Prabhupada was very happy eating, and when he saw, Malti Mataji, serving, he said, this girl, she can slit her throat for me. And he said, I can also do the same for her if required. So this Mataji came and she was like, he said, forget it, whatever pain I have, I'll continue the service. So this shows, Srila Prabhupada did not only he did not demanded or, had his devotees to do the amazing services. Like here we had this marathon CC publication, right? Unheard of, within 18 months, all these volumes, right? But same time, he was ready to, as he mentioned, I am ready to slit my throat for her if required. So he himself also gave completely to all the disciples. That famous thing, right? Prabhupada said, even if you are not able to, 100%, 80%, forget it, I'll take you back, I have backdoor keys. Nobody can say this, unless you have that capacity. And Prabhupada himself, he served his spiritual master selflessly. We see sleepless nights, translating books, traveling. He was very happy in Vrindavan, he was for sure, once he leaves body in Vrindavan, he'll go back to spiritual world. He would have just done there. No. He said, I'll die in battlefield. I don't mind dying in New York or, London, instead of Vrindavan, but let me, fulfill the desire of my spiritual master. So, we see the spiritual master, like this pure devotees, when we repose this service attitude, whatever small service we can do, they are ready to give us their everything. And what they have is, they have Krishna in their heart. So basically they are giving us Krishna, Krishna se tumhara Krishna dite para, Tomara Shakti Ache, Amito Kangala, Krishna Krishna Boli, Daita Pache Pache. So if we serve spiritual master and their representative, many times what happens is that on the name of being practical, we remain in our comfort zone. So, we have that, comfort zone, straight zone and, fried out zone. So comfort zone means, I have capability to lift 20 kgs, I am lifting 10 kgs or 10 pounds. That is comfort zone. Straight zone means I have capacity to lift 20 pounds, I am lifting 25 pounds. And fried out zone means I have capacity to lift 20, I am trying to do 40. So we don't have to be in fried out zone, we don't have to be in comfort zone. But if we always try to be in this, stretched zone, we'll see miraculously our capacity over a period of time, I am able to very easily lift 25, 30, 50, 100 pounds also. Krishna can make wonders through us, only if we are ready. So all of us, especially myself, if we try always to be, go beyond this comfort zone, then we'll see, how wonderfully, while serving Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, how wonderfully we can see that Krishna and Prabhupada, gets, wonders through us, wonders will happen through us actually. So, to summarize, we saw that Devahuti very selflessly, she served Kardama, and Kardama now is, acknowledging that and reciprocating. So we saw that selfless service is what attracts a spiritual master and Krishna. Though they don't need it, when we do it, we are immensely blessed. We saw that how in material world, though we serve selflessly, we will not be able, the to whom we are serving, they are not able to repay us because of their, incapacity. But the same service, even if we do imperfectly, but we try our best to spiritual master and Krishna, we are immensely benefited, and they are the ones who are able to reciprocate to the extent we serve. They are the only ones who are able to reciprocate to that extent. And third thing, we saw that if we have desire to increase our service, Krishna will give very amazing ways to further our service to him, and Krishna is in all that control. So with that, we'd like to stop here. Kardaba Muni Devahuti Mata ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi.